Welcome back to Jamming Games. I am Steven, he is Wyatt. We're watching me playing Amulet Titan on the left against Josh playing Esper Control. Wyatt, as a change, I've read all the cards in my deck this time.
I bet you cheat
I
three
know
times.
how they work. I probably do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have the inauspicious start of
Valakut Pass.
Valakut Pass.
What a good start.
That's how you know it's going to be a blitz out of Steven here.
Here comes the turn 2 amulets.
See, I just drew it and pretend like it's always in my hand.
I know, right? I think you played the land first, too.
Amulet, eating the counter spell. I was trying to play around days.
Here's Dryad, another counter spell.
Another counter spell. Okay, all right. I see how this is shaping up.
I mean, like, your deck has the inevitability.
I'm playing as blue-eye control, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The inevitability is at the very least shared.
You have Urza Saga.
You are correct.
I
But
think I see it in your hand, but for some reason you haven't played it.
there, you know, Wyatt, I was going to play it after I played that Dryad, and it got countered. Watch me do it now. That's what I did.
You could have played it last turn and cast Dryad and then played another thing.
No.
So that it would have been on 2 and you could start making things.
Incorrect.
Well, now you have a Dryad at least.
Can't cast instants, though. So,
I don't think it matters for your deck.
no, not at all.
Yeah.
I do have one Pact of Negation in the sideboard, but I don't even think I bring it in here.
You could go if you go land next turn, you get to bolt something.
That's what I thought,
Ignore
too.
what I said.
Yeah.
That's
So-
an exile.
What?
Just damn exile?
Yeah, it did.
I don't know why.
How it exiled it, I couldn't
I think it's
guess.
just destroyed and can't be regenerated.
It's very
I don't-
exiled.
I don't think it's exile.
Well, I mean, if you look at my deck, it's clearly exiled.
Yeah, I don't know what you did, but you did it. I will accept that that's where you
Thank
put
you.
it, and
Thank
you will be
you.
making some 1/1s starting this turn.
I'm taking my
we are
time.
thinking about this play. You are going to bounce this, not float mana, just bounce it.
Did I do that?
Yeah, you just...
Well, sometimes you got to calmly make your land drops. You just got to sit here one at a time.
There's a 1/1.
Here comes a land drop. Here comes another land drop.
You probably just
Etc.
make 2 2/2s, right?
Yes, I'm being reminded that my trigger's on the stack, which I was aware of. But you do have a little bit of time, especially in this deck, to kind of screw around before anything happens.
You have to think about whether, like, you using the mana versus you making a token is pretty tough.
It appears I have nothing good in my hand, and I think I'm going to go try and get an expedition map, but I'm also
Amulets.
worried the map's already in my hand, and I think that's what happened.
Because map lets you just find everything nice and easy.
Yeah,
Or you just chain sagas together, which, like,
it's sometimes
pretty good.
unbeatable. Sending a 3 at this guy to Fairy.
And here comes
Kaya's Guile.
Sack a thing, make a 1/1?
I believe that is the most chosen.
It has to be.
Kaya's Guile is a
yes.
card that keeps getting better in my estimation.
You always think it's good. I never think it's good.
I'm more and more impressed with the more I see it.
I'm never happy with it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Big Teferi.
Big Teferi. So I have...
You have to have something in your hand. You're at 6 mana
I've
this
got,
turn.
I am running 35 lands, I will remind you. The full 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 of them are creatures, though.
Some of them are. Some of them are not.
Are you on the weird new AFR lands yet? Or is this before
Lair
AFR?
of the Hydra, yeah. This is before AFR.
Alright.
I would run Lair of the Hydra. I always said I would run Den of the Bugbear, but that is not correct.
Den of the Bugbear's the red one.
So I'm
Lair
spending
of the Hydra's the green one that makes an XX.
quite a lot of mana to cast this.
Dryad? Yeah,
Dryad.
you made 5 mana for some reason.
I'm not 100% sure. So it appears I floated some mana, did some other things, made some land drops, and then my Titan ate a counter spell. So I used.
Did your land drop? Your land drop triggered Valakut. It should have. Or did you play the Garenbrig then play Dryad?
Don't know.
Okay.
Yes, I played the Garenbrig first. Okay. I think I was tanking on whether or not I should have done that because I did have the option to not let his Teferi have the tuck there.
Why are you floating mana then pacting? Why do you do this all the
time? Because sometimes things go wrong when you try to make the mana. It's an old habit.
Your play is tap for 5 mana, cast a 0 mana spell.
So it comes from...
if mana burn was a thing, you'd lose this game so often.
Not once. So it comes from having an Azusa and bounce lands. Where if you have bounce lands to get to 6 mana, they can kill your Azusa to break the chain up. So you make the mana to cast the Titan before you cast the Pact.
Okay, you're double pacting
Right,
also.
right,
I don't
but
know if you have the
I do. Don't trust me. I have a
you have
Yavimaya.
you have exactly 4 mana to
Yeah,
make
I
it.
counted. Trust
or
me.
8 mana.
I didn't count. I was a little panicked, and then the next turn I discovered that I was actually okay.
Do you have a land drop at least? If you have a land drop, I'd like this play. If you, oh, okay, well, it's just double
Doesn't matter. Counterspelled.
I mean, you're both empty-handed. Your opponent gets to draw an extra card.
Yeah, being empty-handed against the Teferi is kind of
it's
a pretty
rough.
big deal.
Pay for everything, yeah.
Yeah, so a few turns ago, I had the option to either shoot the Teferi down or play a Titan and a Dryad in the same turn. And I
opted to do Dryad.
I think that what I
Titan.
did was incorrect. And I think that's how this entire game is being decided. Because the Teferi being able to go down really kind of just set the rest of the game, you know, to me being behind. So here comes Transmute.
Getting your little third pact.
Or Urza Saga. I'm not sure which one I get. I'm going past a few Urza Sagas.
So I have to imagine it's pact. I think you have to go for pact. If you have a bounce land in hand, I like pact for Dryad. Kill the opponent's Teferi.
Yeah, I also could have. There's a lot of lines. I could have probably wanted to play a longer game. Did you see me grab my library, thinking that it was going to resolve like an idiot, dude? What was wrong with me? I could have gone for a much longer game because the Teferi is threatening, but I have a few draw steps, and I could have gotten a Cavern of Souls there to just guarantee that I get a Titan to resolve.
I mean, or a Dryad. Dryad's a little less important. I mean, Dryad lets you do a lot of damage pretty quick.
It does, but
doesn't matter.
Not
But
the same. Yeah. So opening with a Sunhome is not a great
Ideal,
spot.
no.
I mean, the Valakuts. Honestly, the Valakut opening is better than the Sunhome opening because you don't need.
I mean, here's the bounce into Arbor into not
Yes.
a good start.
Yeah, I didn't want to give more information. I had other lands in hand. I just played that one again. I don't know why I keep some of these hands. I'm assuming this hand's pretty good.
You always do.
I always do. I have faith in myself and my abilities. I learned recently that Grazer lets you have a turn 2 win with 2 amulets.
Amulet, untap 2, float 1.
Yeah, well, so you can do the
2,
math later.
4.
It turns out you just don't need an Azusa as much as I thought you did.
Okay.
And I was kind of happy to learn that.
Are you sure you can?
I'm positive. So, did you see that tech? Put the Castle of Eric, Garenberg in tapped, untaps.
Okay.
Wink. I don't know what I'm doing.
You make it seem like it was like a special play, but it was kind of normal.
Taps, I paid. Here comes a Vindicate on my Amulet, which is a pretty...
I mean, if you have any untapped land, you get to go Titan this turn. Oh no, you still
Don't even need an untapped one. Just make some mana when it comes in.
Titan.
So I don't have any of the hasty lines available.
I mean, I don't hate getting like Urzas.
I think I just get 2 Sagas.
Yeah,
here.
I was like, I think you win the game if you get.
I would
Saga.
to think I just get 2 Sagas here because that's a pretty good choice.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You just get to make You just make 2 XXs every turn.
I saw you trying to do the math and then conceding that it's probably too complicated to say all that. So
They become 2/2s and then they become 4/4s, but like you can't end up with multiple numbers of X and it's funky. You didn't exile this Titan.
I think that one of us misread the card. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here comes another Saga. If I make a land drop next turn, that means I get to make a lot of tokens every turn. Pretty cool.
And if you have a bounce, you can't. Bounce land doesn't work. Oh no, bounce land doesn't work.
On the other one it does, but not on the first two.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the kind of. So I'm not running any snakes right now because I feel like Lava Dart blows me out too much. But having snakes means that you can reset your sagas. Do you know what people are using? Is Hex Parasite.
Oh, to remove a
counter. You can get it with a saga once the first saga goes off, and then you can keep removing counters from them to keep like just having a million of them.
Well, now you got a bunch of 4/4s.
They're getting ready to be 6/6s because I'm going to get 2 other lands. I think I'm going to get an Amulet and the only choices I have are
Amulet, or EMAP. I don't hate Expedition Map. Sets you up to on the following turn get another Urza Saga. Here's this untap, tap, make a dude. Oh wow, you just have 2 amulets. Never mind.
Yeah, so tap. I don't know what I'm going to do because
I don't hate activating Urza Saga, bouncing Urza Saga. Okay, that's not what you chose, but
yeah. I also don't. Yeah, if I Titan pre-combat, I'm gonna get Cryptic Commanded. If I Titan post-combat, I don't get to attack with it. But I think that it's probably a safer choice to just not do anything crazy.
You just attacked.
Yeah, and I'm not even making an extra token because why? You know?
I guess you wait for the next turn if there's a Supreme Verdict. I think about what the card is called.
So here we run into a little bit of a situation where
that was 12 damage. Wow.
Yeah, no, they're big. They're really, really big. Where he snapcasters and tries to hit Dam. and then Overload Dam. And I was like, oh no, you can only cast it for black. You can't cast it for 4.
Usually, yeah, you usually can't cast the flashback half of it, or the.
You usually can't. Sometimes you can. Wyatt is seeming to imply here.
It doesn't like usually the what's it called? Additional costs. No, not additional costs.
So we do a take back. Card's going back to his hand. He did not cast it. If you thought he cast it, you just saw things weirdly.
Additional costs are weird.
Strange. So I elected to not make it. I remember what I was thinking now. I did not make an additional token in my main phase because if he had a sweeper, I can make it in his end step, and then still have lethal. Your boy's too good. You can't stop him. He's undefeatable.
There's the map.
Here comes Expedition Map. What are we getting with Expedition Map? I wonder out loud. It's a Valakut.
You also have Dryad in hand.
So we have a Cryptic Command. I believe this is Tap My Friends. Draw a card.
I have to imagine it is, yeah. In my mind, it was counter Valakut. I was like, that's not allowed.
He's so good. He's so good. So
Dryad, Valakut, 3 to you. Do you have another land drop? It's silly if you don't.
I do.
Then 3 to you, okay.
And 3. That'll clean up the game. This is game 3. This is for all the marbles.
Yes.
I don't know if you know how tournament structure works.
I think it's like round 2.
It's pretty big round 2, bud. Pretty big. So I think Josh opens with a Thoughtseize here. And I show him an interesting hand that has...
only lands in it.
No. I have an Explorer, 2 Summoners packs, and then 4 lands. And Josh, I think he takes quite the think on it. He ends up taking a Summoners pact. And later after the game, he was like, should I take the Explorer? And I said, I don't think it's necessarily right to take the Explorer. The Summoners packs get Titans. So it's reasonable to take away... Jeff Hoogland is of the opinion that you take the thing that kills you, stupid.
Is that a quote?
That's what he said. Take the thing that kills you, stupid. I think that's really, really a lot of fun.
I didn't realize he had that quoted.
He does. Maybe it's one of his friends says or something. I also think his name is Hogland, but I'm just refusing to be bothered by that. So here comes that Explorer out of me. My hand is face up on the left. I play face up. I don't know if I should.
It's nice of you.
It is nice of me, but
I think in a big event you shouldn't, but
I agree. This is my store, I'll be nice to the guys in it.
Do you hold Crumbling Vestige until you try to find an amulet? I feel like it's not as good without an amulet.
No, it's not close as good.
It's a Dryad though.
But I do still very much like Crumbling Vestige. I think it is a very good card.
You probably have to do something that doesn't have an ability. Yeah, okay, you realize that.
I am real astute at this, Wyatt. What Riot's referencing is if you have additional land drops, and you play a land that has an activated ability, your opponent gets priority to kill the creature that gives you a land drop before you get to make your additional land drop for the turn. So it's kind of a weird sequencing little thing in Titan where you always want to play your lands.
Oh, you got your second land drop, so it didn't matter.
Exactly, but I'm saying that's why you mentioned it. Most people at home don't know this.
Okay, I was like, I feel like they do.
I don't know.
People play
Who
Magic.
Who knows what anyone knows? Just taking a good long look at my lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Do you have Cavern of Souls? That'd be a good draw.
I did. I drew it. He tilted so bad when I drew that. So the 2 unknowns in my hand, meaning my last 2 draw steps.
Was Forest and Cavern?
No. It was Cavern of Souls and Titan.
Oh,
there were the 2 cards. I had 2 blind cards on top of my library, Cavern of Souls, Titan.
You should get double Saga.
I just go for Sagas. I kind of realized that Sagas are the new Field of the Dead. And I don't know I think Field of the Dead might still be better. But Saga is...
Yeah, it doesn't go away.
So what I will say, I don't use Saga aggressively enough sometimes. You should sometimes play it on turn 1 so you can guarantee having an amulet on turn 3.
I guess you have to decide on turn 1 what kind of game it's going to be.
And if you think you can race, guaranteeing an amulet on turn 3 is actually huge because you can just kind of set things up for a turn 3 Titan pretty reliably. So Josh making a Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Here's some 2/2s. You're gonna untap. You're gonna draw.
Yeah. And
then they're gonna become 6/6s.
It's fast. These things scale really, really quickly. Urza Sagas are crazy. So we talked a lot about Urza Saga getting banned. I don't think they're gonna. I think they're fine lands, but most of the winning deck lists right now aren't playing them. It's blue-red,
Food
Murktide.
Kitchen is the only one that's playing it?
Food Kitchen is the only one playing it. Blue-red, Murktide, blue-red, whatever, blue-red, black. All of those decks.
They're on Ragavans and...
Yep.
I don't know what the new kid in town is out of that format.
It's Murktide, honestly.
Really?
So Murktide's kind of come back. some portion of Murktide's popularity has got to be the fact that it mills, or for Tasha's Hideous Laughter, it counts for 10. Or whatever its number is. Like, it is. Because I think Burn is a pretty. Not Burn, excuse me.
I wonder if that's why Urza Food is so much better, because it runs Thought Monitor, which is 8.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe what's it called isn't as good as I think it is.
What are you thinking of?
Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Maybe it's not. But I know that when I'm playing Titan, I'm a little bit worried about it.
I mean, I don't know how popular Mill is. Well, I like to imagine there's always a bad deck, because it always is.
But Tasha's Hideous Laughter, it exiles the cards. It exiles a ton of them. And so, like, against Titan, if my opponent just does it, it can turn off my ability to combo. Like, I just lose my combo lands, and suddenly I'm playing a much more fair game plan. Unfortunate. Josh just packing back, looking at approximately infinity.
I mean, Cryptic Command has to be the... I mean, if you draw a pack, that'd be pretty good, too.
If I just draw the pack negation.
Yeah.
After I select Teferi, I don't bring packs in normally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think Teferi is absolutely busted.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Let's see what you do.
So I'm main phasing Urza Saga trigger on the stack, trying to puzzle out this little mystery in front of me.
Make a 2/2 or...
Yeah, so I'm just counting mana to see if I can have the rest of my turn and make a 2/2. I can.
I mean, like...
I guess once I get my second amulet, if I have a bounce land in hand, these things make a ton of mana.
And you have, like, every one of those is like a 12/12 right now or
They're
something dumb.
very large, yes.
Here's a Archmage's Charm, so he gets a 1/1.
Gain control. He thinks it dies. No, it doesn't. It's an artifact itself. Push here, cleaning them all up.
Still lethal?
No, he's got a good block. So I could have...
No, he goes to 2.
Yeah. If you'll notice, I shamefully have another artifact in my hand. I could have played pre-combat to put him to exactly 0.
Was it Expedition Map?
What?
Was it Expedition
I don't know what it was. It was something.
Okay.
But I chose not to. Because I'm a very stable genius. Counterspell on Summoner's Pact.
Yeah, here's a Saga.
And just another Saga.
Cryptic Command, damn. All right.
Prismatic Ending. We'll extend the hand. Thanks very much for watching. We'll see you next time.